Today I'm working on my brother's truck, one of his trucks. He's got 8 for his business. This was the ICC bumper. It was on the bottom of some C-channel that came off the bottom of this box. It was welded here and welded to the frame, down like so, and this end came up to the corner of the box and was welded under there. And it was the same way on both sides. And the driver was getting fuel and went to go pull away from the fuel island and caught that on one of them big steel pipes and twisted it like a pretzel and bent this all up. If you can see that. This one's much easier to see. I had to cut it in pieces to get it off because it was twisted so bad. So they have an issue there where they load, where the ICC bumpers are always out here at the very edge, and by law you're allowed to be within 12 inches, so we can go quite a bit. But we're going to recess this in just about, that's probably about 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches. So I cut off what was there, and this is 4 by 3 angle, 3/8 thick. It's pretty thick material. So it's going to recess down, and then we'll run a piece of 4-inch channel across the bottom. Is when they load up, go up to their dock, the concrete slope like this. So the truck comes up at an angle which makes the ICC bumper hit the building before the rubber snubbers do, the bump stops that were here. So we're going to move that in slightly, weld a bolt or a D-ring or something here, and another one over there because it's cracked there too. To come along, we're going to squeeze this box together. We'll grind this out good. We'll weld this back in, make sure it's flat, and then I'll either put C-channel right here. Most of the time this problem is from, the door racking this way and cracking, but in this case it's because they're constantly pushing on this, because the bottom hits and pulls on it. That's what they keep saying. So now what we're doing is, I looked up the specs for this bumper, and the specs say that it can only be, or it must be, within 12 inches of the farthest most point of the bed of the truck. So it has to be within 12 inches. Well, I'm just like, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches. Not much at all. You have to be, the bottom horizontal piece, the one I'm going to put on here, has to be no more than 22 inches from the ground up to the bottom of it. No more than that. So we're going to be below 22, but we're going lower because we're going to they're going to use this kind of as a step because it was up too high before. So we're going to do this. Now the other thing is, when it comes out here to the edge of the truck, this horizontal one has to be within 4 inches of the outside edge of the truck. So this truck's 102, so what is that? What am I going to be, 94 inches total? And that is, you can't put it on offset. It has to be within 4 inches of this side and 4 inches of this side. So they want me to reuse this. Unfortunate thing is it's holiday weekend or holiday, and there's nowhere to get material, and they need this truck the day after Christmas. So got to get moving. All right, I got them in place, and I've got them full seam welded all the way down because I imagine these guys are pretty hard on stuff anyways. And I've got it set exactly the same either side. Like I measured down to the bottom and got them level, and then I went crisscross from that frame corner to that bottom, and that frame corner right there to that bottom, to make sure I'm square, because they measured exactly the same from one to the other, but that doesn't mean they're square, because they could be in a trapezoid. So we got it all squared up, and when they added these extensions on here, they are not square. So you have to kind of pick where you want to square from and what makes the most sense. So in this case, it's squaring off the back of here, and then as far as, you know, front to back goes, that's pretty important. And from side to side, it's not nearly as important, but we want it right. We want it to look right. So now we'll start on the bottom. I got this side all welded into. It's all ready to go. And I did the insides also. Inside here, hard to see, but it should be pretty strong. So next we'll get on the bottom. So I V'd this out real good, and then took a ratchet strap and pulled it together, and then weld over it. Now we're gonna fix a plate to come over top of this, come over here, and we'll make it rounded like this. I'll grind this. This is almost completely flat. I ground it down so it would be like that, but I'm gonna grind it down so it is flat, and then we'll lay a piece of steel across here. This isn't very thick. This is thicker than this, so I'll choose, feels like 1/8 inch. Maybe I'll see what we got, but I want it to come across like this and then curve like that. I don't want sharp edges because that's where it'll crack. Alright, it's coming along. I'm reusing some of the C-channel. They're trying to save some bucks, but that's got a little bow in it. You can see that there. But it'll be alright. So now I'm where I need to flapper wheel. Take a flap wheel and clean everything up and get some primer on it. And I'm going to start working on the plates for here. Alright, all finished up. I was going to put some DOT tape on it, but they have some. I don't know where mine is, so they're going to take care of it. But it turned out pretty decent. I got 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of enamel paint, so hopefully this will last a little longer than the last one, and at least now we're legal. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like what we're doing, give us that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, leave your comments down below. We'll catch you on the next one.